Radiohead grâce à la chanson Tweet qui était sur le premier album du groupe, l'album Pablo Honey, paru en 1992. Et on a tous été immédiatement séduits par le style musical de Radiohead, par la voix de Tom York, mais aussi par ses textes magnifiques. Et la chanson Tweet a permis à Radiohead de devenir une star, en fait, dans plusieurs pays, aussi aux États-Unis, ce qui n'est pas toujours chose facile pour des groupes britanniques. Puis en 1995, le groupe a lancé un deuxième album, l'album de Ben, qui était encore meilleur que le précédent. Un album qui contenait plusieurs hits comme High and Dry, Fake Plastic Trees et aussi Street Spirit. Alors un peu plus tard, au cours de cette émission, on va vous parler du nouvel album de Radiohead paru il y a quelques semaines, l'album OK Computer. Et pour tout de suite, on vous propose un survol de la carrière de Radiohead, un groupe qu'on a rencontré à plusieurs reprises.
Oh, hi, Tom. Tom, sorry.
Okay. Oh, yeah, no problem.
Yeah,
okay.
All right.
You do it to yourself.
Hi, I'm Johnny. This is Tom from Radiohead. And this is the new video, Stop Whispering.
On Musique Plus.
We'll do that again then, shall we?
C'est beau, chanteur?
Ben, je sais pas que c'est piqué ton œil, c'est toute la moitié fermée, là. Quelque chose.
Hi, I'm Johnny from Radiohead. This is Tom. You're watching Musique Plus.
Are you scared that you are going to be performing Creep for the rest of your life?
Not really, because when you write a song, you play a song that's successful, in some ways it's not your song anymore, and it means, and you know, I really don't feel bad about playing it, you know, never get bored of it apart from anything. There's a lot of room to improvise in it, and people just, you know.
Not too much though.
Yeah. So no, you know, it is so exciting for me to play now, and I can't see us getting bored of it, really.
What I noticed last night in the show was that you didn't play Creep, and I was telling myself...
I always forgot.
But it's great in a way to see that, you know, that bands have put Creep in the shadow. You know, it's still a good song, but if you don't want to play it, you don't have to.
We play it when we feel like it, which is the same as any song. So that's kind of it now.
So it totally releases the pressure of that very big hit.
We spent a bloody long time getting around it, though, didn't we?
Yeah, we must have played it about 500 odd times in the last... Yeah, but you appreciate the song so much more now, that when we do play it...
You want
yeah, absolutely, it means so much more.
Creep was recorded in one take.
That's true, yeah.
You didn't like the song?
Yeah, and not when we were recording it, but when we first wrote it, I didn't like it, especially. It was kind of quiet all the way through, and the music wasn't matching the lyrics as well as it could. I felt there was a lot of anger in the song that wasn't coming over in the arrangement at first. You know what I mean? Sorry, I probably haven't told you all this.
No, you haven't. I didn't know you could even hear the lyrics. I didn't know what I was singing either.
Well, I knew the title, but no.
That's why you were smashing your guitar strings. That noise was inspired by your hatred of the song.
Not hatred, I think.
No.
But trying to change the song.
Yeah.
Really.
Tom, you said that you were not totally happy with Pablo Honey. Why is that?
Well, I think, first albums tend to be full of a desperate urgency to get everything into every song all the time. And you're not very fussy about how many tracks you fill up. And there was a lot of that. And I think, as a band, we were very young when we did it. So obviously, you make mistakes inevitably because of that. But in actual fact, as I get further away from that album and start thinking about the new one, I get more and more used to it. And it's the same with any band, apparently, so they tell us.
Why America first?
Because there's only one radio station in England, and it's very hard to get on when you're a new band. So, but in America, records can grow, you can start on small stations and cross over. But in England, you've got to play live, get some fans, they buy the record, get it in the charts, then the radio plays you. It's a very long process. Very hard. There's one route, and if you don't get in that route, then that's it. And it's very frustrating. It's an insult to new bands.
A favorite country where you like to tour best? Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania was high on the list, but they wouldn't let us go this year. Too many vegetarians in this man.
Do you have a favorite place? I don't know, you'd like to
I think
live
we all
maybe?
have different ones actually. I really like going to Japan. But
You're going into Japan?
Yeah.
in a couple of weeks?
That's right, yeah. And when we played New Zealand, that was really interesting as well. I think it's more, the more you enjoy a tour is dependent on how much you actually see of a place. So we've had a day off in Montreal, so, you know, obviously you get some feeling for the place, you know, and you think, oh my God, you know, we're running around trying to find nice studios and whether we can record here and stuff. And same with Paris as well. We are writing all the time, but you know, that doesn't mean it's any good. And you can't tell until a time has passed, really. And a lot of the stuff you write tends to be a document of what's going on. So you can't have any objectivity about it until after it's happened. That's what I found, anyway. Yesterday we had a day off in Montreal, and we booked the venue we're playing in. Where are we playing? Spectrum, yeah. We went in and spent yesterday rehearsing. It's the first time we've been able to do that for ages, so we're like writing new stuff.
Yesterday?
Yeah, in Spectrum. Just lock the front door and...
Wow.
Great, it's really good. That's all we want to do, you know. Days off, basically, we want to do that because...
You work?
Yeah, because we're desperate to keep it going, you know. It's like an ongoing thing. Suddenly, to go on tour and then stop writing is absurd.
How do you stay grounded?
I don't think we do stay grounded, to be honest.
Is that really?
To be perfectly honest, I think it was just... I don't know. You know, the worst thing possible to do would be to set yourself up and say, yeah, man, you know, we're still grounded. We're still in touch.
Yeah, but you're not? You guys aren't in touch anymore?
I had an impression about you this year that you're one of the few bands that was not pigeonholed and was not put in one category and, you know, with a label stick to it for the whole tour.
Well, we're sort of doing a new label every month, which is quite encouraging. It's like we've gone from Mott the Hoople to Queen to U2 to R.E.M. by way of Nick Drake, you know, Pink Floyd. So all or any of those is fine as long as they're different every month. We don't really mind.
How important was Lucky, the video and the songs, this one?
Well, I mean, the opportunity to do it and the chance to get involved in that, we thought we were really lucky to even be asked, and I think it was very, one of the few positive things to come out of the British music thing that was happening at that particular moment. And for us, we were just sort of really. I think what often happens when you finish a record, there's always like one or two songs that spring out on the back of it immediately, and Lucky was one of those. It was sort of just kicking around as soon as we started touring. So we were itching to actually record it anyway. So the song for us was really, I mean, personally, I mean, you know, it's the rule of thumb that the last thing you've ever done is the thing you're most proud of, but that song is definitely the song I'm most proud of. I mean, I think it's much better than Creep.
I'm all alone. I'm all alone. This time I feel
Radiohead est un groupe extrêmement prolifique. 2 ans après la sortie de l'album de Benz, le groupe est de retour avec l'album OK Computer, un album très expérimental qui a été enregistré à Bath en Angleterre dans la maison de l'actrice Jane Seymour, une maison qui est hantée selon Tom York, le chanteur de Radiohead. J'ai rencontré récemment à Toronto Ed, un des guitaristes de Radiohead, aussi Tom York, pour parler du nouvel album OK Computer. J'ai aussi assisté à leur spectacle à Toronto.
handmade curvy guitar lead. Now this is cool. They're only $5. It's so great. Right,
Plug it in.
yeah, so they all have them in the 70s.
Aha.
Very cool. That I'm very
The mono-male.
yeah, mono male. Yeah, not me.
Is that you?
I'm mono male.
All right.
I'm pretty male. Yeah.
Earth, you know?
Yeah, I'm male. And I'm a two-way splitter as well.
Are you? Oh, okay. And what are you?
I'm obviously a three-way splitter.
You feel like that sometimes, like truly like an outsider.
A witness, yeah.
Yeah.
On this record, it was. We all sort of felt. One of the most, I think, one of the most exciting things about doing what we do is the fact that you don't. I mean, you do occasionally associate yourself with real life, but actually most of the time you're observing.
Yeah.
In various mental states, mostly exhaustion.
Yeah.
And people from centuries ago would go on fasts and see visions and stuff. All it takes now is to get on a bloody plane every day with no sleep. Do that for a week and you start seeing things. And a lot of OK Computer was that.
Success can have a strange effect on you.
And you have a sort of detachment from what's going on. And I don't know how other people deal with it. I don't talk to other bands about it, but after a while, this really acute detachment which you go in and out of, and which makes it easier to write, actually.
Touring the world, does that allow you a bigger global perspective of other things that are happening outside? Are you more aware, or are you going to more affluent countries?
I don't think travel really helps that much. It's more about information. It's more about bothering to read a newspaper. I think America is quite a closed country. It's quite hard to find out what's happening in the rest of the world. So it's funny. It's supposedly a free country, but the media is quite restricted. So you've got to look. You've got to fight quite hard. It's better in Canada, obviously, but even there, it's still a bit kind of closed in.
You had contributed tracks to the Bosnia War Child album, and then this one. So these two benefits. Why was it important for you to do this one?
Because Tibet is the spiritual center of the world, and it's at the mercy of our disgusting first world voodoo economics, and if we don't save them, then we're doomed. I think artists, if I can describe ourselves as artists, are one of the few groups of people who are actually outside the confines of politics and of corporate structures and money making, and can be heard, and so we have to do it.
Do you have any rituals before you go on stage?
20 minutes?
What was that?
He said sit on the toilet for 20 minutes. No, I don't actually do that. Not really, no. Just try and, probably anything is try and warm up my voice for backing vocals, but it doesn't really help anyway, so.
Before you go on stage? Yeah. Besides sitting on the toilet.
Well, the tour manager always comes in and says, right, everybody ready, and we'll go for a walk.
Really?
And that's it. That's our only ritual. It's a really, really crap joke, but we kind of say it every time.
Oh, every time.
I would. Ed, do you work here? No, I don't. You know what?
Would you like to?
Yeah, I'd love to.
you should.
Nous sommes tous indesirables.
You're bilingual, dog.
Yeah. Close off. Nous sommes tous indesirables.
There you go.
You've been rehearsing songs also for an upcoming record. Would you say that it'll go in the same path as the band?
I would say not likely at all.
No.
I hope not. Creatively, there wouldn't be much point, I don't think.
But we would like to earn a reputation for doing very good albums, rather than get the single pop hit radio song and sell an album off the back of it, like happened with our first album.
I guess when you're doing records, it must be boring to do the same thing. Did you really feel like doing something different? Were you conscious that you were experimenting more this time?
Sort of, yeah. We had to. I mean, we wouldn't have done anything else. I think the fact that because we bought our own equipment and we were given a limitless time in which to do it.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
That challenges you.
Yeah, it means you can get really lost as well.
Oh yeah.
So we kind of did both. We experimented and got really lost, but it was all sort of like, well, it doesn't matter as long as we get there, really. I mean, it wasn't, because the songs themselves are pretty, you know, they're pop songs, you know.
Yeah.
We were just, but what we were trying to do is create the sound that we had in our heads.
the recording of the album.
Yeah.
Where'd you do it?
We did it in a nice big house owned by someone famous who doesn't live there anymore.
Okay.
And it was cool because it had lots of stone and it was very old. It's 15th century. And one of Henry VIII's wives died in childbirth there, and she was kind of still there.
Was she? Could you feel her energy?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You were in Jane Seymour's house, I think, around Bath in the country. You said this house was haunted. I don't know how serious you were when you were saying that, but could you really feel a special atmosphere in the place?
Don't look at me. I never feel ghosts or anything. That I'm not in tune with that.
You don't believe in these things?
No, I do believe them.
But you don't feel them?
I don't feel them. I'd love to.
Okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't. Well, I don't know what it was. It was probably lots of things, and maybe it was just my imagination. You know, it's sort of irrelevant. You know, all I know is I had voices in my head, and I couldn't bloody sleep. I'd rather the next record is a celebration of things. Really, I think I personally getting very bored with complaint as an art form. The thing for me is, I put like the same Paranoid Android is that we had a real laugh doing the music for that, and it was really funny, and we had a really good time. And the lyrics were like the opposite of that, because I felt I could write the other stuff because we're having a good time with the music. So it was a liberating thing. Oh yeah, I have to explain the video. Otherwise it's going to be taken off the air, isn't it?
Well, explain
right.
I think, but okay, explain the video.
Okay, it's sort of chaos, but you have to watch it more than once, as you probably know. Well, what can I say? It's the song was written about a character who's quite innocent and naive, yet is surrounded by all this chaos, very frightening chaos, and he's trying desperately to keep himself together.
The character, I don't know if people here are very familiar with that cartoon and that character.
Hopefully it encourages them to actually show his cartoons anyway, because they're really, really good.
Yeah? He's a famous...
He's pretty famous in Europe, yeah. His cartoons tend to be normally 3 minutes long, and they're like... they're sort of like old Peanuts cartoons where, you know, Snoopy and all that. It's sort of a similar thing.
Okay.
But I don't know, it's the world in which Robin, the character, inhabits is the world in which we inhabit, you know.
You identify to the character?
Yeah, completely.
Yeah?
It's just an honour just to be able to get him to do it, really.
Yeah.
You know. Yes.
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks very much. Nice to meet you. Thanks.
Cool.